Hello everybody, Maven here, and today we will be reviewing the brand new Taraxippos strand scout rifle that you can currently farm from the Guardian Games event. I'll be going over both its PvE and PvP god rolls. And conveniently, there is one thing very special about this scout rifle for PvE and one thing very special about it for PvP. So all in all, I would say it's a pretty desirable weapon and you should definitely be chasing the god rolls. So first things first, let's look at what rolls this thing has to offer. In the left side column, we got gut shot straight, offhand strike, moving target, fourth time's a charm, zen moment, outlaw, no distractions. In the right side column, you got explosive payload, hatchling, cascade point, focus fury, encore, kill clip, and keep away. So we're going to start things off here with PvE. In the left side column, I would recommend nothing other than fourth time's a charm. Everything else has hardly any PvE synergy whatsoever. Fourth time's a charm is the only thing you're going to get some value out of in most situations. Because assuming that you land all of your critical hits, it just basically increases your magazine size by 50%, and that's huge, especially if you pair it alongside with the magazine perk like tac mag, appended mag, or extended mag. Now moving on to the right side column, there are a lot of good perks here. You could use any one of these and I wouldn't really fight you on it. However, there are some that are better than others. The one that I'm using in the background gameplay for this video is actually hatchling with outlaw. And this is the only situation in which I could justify the outlaw perk in PvE, because hatchling is a perk that wants you to get a precision kill. Outlaw is a perk that wants to get a precision kill, so they synergize with each other. So that is the only time I justify the outlaw perk. And I think that hatchling is going to be the most significant thing on the scout rifle and the main thing you want it for. It is the first scout rifle to get hatchling, and that is huge because, you know, when you have a perk like headstone or hatchling that need a precision kill in PvE, the best way to utilize those precision type perks is on scout rifles because they get the easiest crit kills. You know, it also works on a hand cannon, you know, like the round robin, for example, but they don't do as well at super long ranges, you know, like if you're using it in a grandmaster. So at that point, the scout, I think, is going to be the best and most reliable option, and this is the first of its kind. So outlaw hatchling is a god roll that I would highly recommend going for in PvE if you want to do a threadling warlock build. I think this is going to be revolutionary for this archetype. So if there's any role I had to recommend chasing before Guardian Games ends and this weapon leaves, it's got to be this one. Next up, moving on to the explosive payload perk. This is always a very top tier and trustworthy perk in endgame content like Grandmasters. However, it is very hard to justify that when the hung jury exists, and we know that kinetic tremors is nutty, and it's going to be very hard to beat that. So this really only applies to the newer players out there who don't have a hung jury and can't do grandmasters. So if you need a good scout rifle early on, this is a good one to get while you have the opportunity to, so that you'll have something ready once you get up to the level for grandmasters. Now moving on to cascade point. This could be pretty interesting with fourth time's a charm. So I do not have a roll this yet. I would have loved to try it, but as I'm recording this, Guardian Games just came out an hour and a half ago, so I don't have very many rolls. But if you want to pair this weapon along with a slug shotgun like the Philo or the Nessa's Oblation, then that could actually really help cascade point work. That could be very interesting to see how much it shreds. So on to the final PvE perk I want to talk about here is Focus Fury. The bottom three perks are fine. I wouldn't argue with you if you use them, but I feel like there are better options. But anyways, Focus Fury paired with fourth time's a charm is very good synergy because you got to deal half the magazine as precision damage, and then you get a 20% damage buff for 11 seconds. And 11 seconds is a long time for a damage buff in Destiny 2. And when you pair that with fourth time's a charm, so you consistently refund ammo back into your magazine, you can take advantage of that perk for a very long time with a very large mag. And I feel like that's going to be pretty interesting to try out in tougher content like Grandmasters, where enemies can actually tank 10 crits, and then you can dish out a lot of damage after that. So I don't really know how good this is going to be, but I think it is definitely worth a try. But all in all, I would say the absolute god roll, in my opinion, for this thing for PvE is going to be outlaw and hatchling. That is going to be an excellent role to have if you want to do a strand build. Now moving on to the PvP god roll, and there are probably some Crucible sweats watching this video like, why are you talking about a Crucible god roll for a 200 RPM scout rifle? Who cares? Well, let me tell you, you should care for a couple reasons. So first I wanted to talk about some TTK values. Now this is a very underrated PvP archetype. It has the second best TTK of any scout rifle archetype at a 0.9 flat with 4 crits. That's pretty quick for being a cross-map weapon. And it will actually do 3 crit and 1 body to guardians with tier 7 or lower resilience, which is most of the Crucible population. So that's very consistent. Albeit the downside is that it has a horrible body shot TTK. Now the most unique and significant thing about this weapon for Crucible, and the reason why you should want this, is because it is the second ever scout rifle in this archetype to get kill clip. There is only one ever 200 RPM scout that got kill clip, and that is the Eternal Blazon, which you can no longer get. And it's in the energy slot. This is in the kinetic slot with kill clip. It's the first of its kind, and it's the only one obtainable, and you only have a few weeks to get it. And kill clip on a 200 RPM scout rifle archetype is disgusting. It will 3-tap any resilience in a 0.6 flat TTK. That is faster than SMG's shred from up close. So from far away, there is nothing in the game of Destiny 2 that is going to out TTK this other than the transfiguration with Rampage kill clip. So if you are somebody who likes to try a bunch of different kinds of weapons in Crucible for fun, this is something that you're going to want to grab. So as you just heard my rant there, safe to say my only recommendation in the right side column is going to be kill clip. It is what makes this weapon significant and unique and the first of its kind. So in the left side column, there are 2 perks that I would recommend. The first is going to be Zen Moment because it just got a huge buff, and it is most effective when used on hand cannons or scout rifles. So it is very good for making the weapon super stable if that's your kind of thing. However, the perk that I would recommend the most is going to be No Distractions. No Distractions procs surprisingly fast. All you have to do is ADS for 1 second and you get 35% reduced flinch. It's going to help you win your gunfights from long distances when you're fighting with pulse rifles or opposing scout rifles. You will have the flinch reduction so you can maybe get an edge on them. And the role that I'm using in the background gameplay is Zen Moment kill clip, and I actually really like it. I think Zen Moment makes the gun feel great. Outlaw is another fine perk because you can reload super quick to proc that kill clip after a kill and then go shredding the next person with it right away. Now moving target is something interesting to pair with keep away. Now I wouldn't recommend this. However, keep away does increase your accuracy and moving target does increase your aim assist. So I don't know how the weapon will feel with these 2 stacked together, but it will make the gun extremely accurate. And who knows, that could be pretty good. And it could potentially make those headshots free. So it could be pretty cool, but I wouldn't recommend it. Now, another cool combination here could be Zen Moment with Cascade Point. And you want Zen Moment to increase your stability because, you know, the Cascade Point increasing your fire rate is going to make your gun kick up even faster. So you want to control that. But for the same argument as PvE, you know, because if you pair it with a slug shotgun like your Sojourner's Tale or, you know, a Nessus Oblation, you will be able to go and ape somebody, get that crit kill, whip out your scout rifle, and absolutely beam somebody down before they can react. You know, it could be pretty interesting. That is something that I would like to try out as well. But all in all, I would say my absolute god roll that I recommend going after is going to be Zen Moment kill clip or No Distractions kill clip. So now on to the wrap up of the video. I apologize if the background gameplay was a little bit subpar because, you know, I wanted to get out this video as quick as I could. You know, Guardian games just came out. I wanted to get this content out there. You know, if I had more time, I probably would have took it into a Grandmaster and probably farmed for some more rolls, but maybe we can do that later on. But either way, I hope it has helped you out. Good luck out there farming these god rolls. It is definitely a weapon that you do not want to miss. You need that hatchling roll for strand builds, and you need that kill clip roll if you love to use different kinds of weapons in Crucible. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button and drop a comment because interacting with the video in different kinds of ways like that really helps it out and helps the algorithm. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Would love to have you here. And with that, I will catch you in the next video. See you later.